Day 74, Desert Wanderings, Numbers 27 through 28, Deuteronomy 28, Psalm 111. Let's begin. Numbers 27, 28. Then there approached the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, who was the son of Joseph, and their names are Mahlah, and Noah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. And they stood before Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the leaders of the people, at the door of the tabernacle of the covenant, and they said, Our father died in the desert, and was not with the sedition, which was stirred up against the Lord under Korah, but he died in his own sin. He had no male sons. Why is his name taken away from his family? Because he had no son. Give us a possession among the kinsmen of our father. And Moses referred their case to the judgment of the Lord. And the Lord said to him, The daughters of Zelophehad are asking for something just. So give them a possession among the kinsmen of their father, and let them succeed him in his inheritance. And to the sons of Israel, you shall speak these things. When a man dies without a son, his inheritance shall be transferred to his daughter. If he has no daughter, his brothers shall succeed him. But if there were also no brothers, you shall give the inheritance to the brothers of his father. But if he has no paternal uncles, the inheritance shall be given to those who are closest to him. And this shall be, for the sons of Israel, consecrated as a perpetual law, just as the Lord has instructed Moses. The Lord also said to Moses, Ascend onto this mountain, Abarim, and contemplate from there the land, which I will give to the sons of Israel. And when you have seen it, you shall then go to your people, just as your brother Aaron went. For you offended me in the desert of Sin at the contradiction of the multitude, either were you willing to sanctify me in their sight over the waters. These are the waters of contradiction at Kadesh in the desert of Sin. Moses answered him, May the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, provide a man, who may be over this multitude, and who may be able to exit and enter before them, and who may lead them out or lead them in, lest the people of the Lord be like sheep without a shepherd. And the Lord said to him, Take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom the Spirit is, and place your hand upon him. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire multitude. And you shall give him the precepts in the sight of all, and a portion of your glory, so that the entire congregation of the sons of Israel may listen to him. On his behalf, if anything is to be done, Eleazar the priest shall consult the Lord. He, and all the sons of Israel with him, and the rest of the multitude, shall go out and enter in at his word. Moses did just as the Lord had instructed. And when he had brought Joshua, he set him before Eleazar the priest, and before the entire gathering of the people. And imposing his hands upon his head, he repeated all that the Lord had commanded. The Lord also said to Moses, Instruct the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, Offer my oblation and bread, and the incense of most sweet odor, at their proper times. These are the sacrifices which you must offer, 2 immaculate 1-year-old lambs each day as a perpetual holocaust. You shall offer one in morning, and the other in the evening. And the 10th part of an ephah of fine wheat flour, which has been sprinkled with the purest oil, and which has the measure of the 4th part of a hin. It is the continual holocaust which you offered at Mount Sinai as a most sweet odor of incense to the Lord. And you shall offer a libation of wine, of the 4th part of a hin for each lamb, in the sanctuary of the Lord. And you shall offer the other lambs similarly, in the evening, according to all the rites of the morning sacrifice and its libations, as an oblation of most sweet odor to the Lord. Then, on the Sabbath day, you shall offer 2 immaculate 1-year-old lambs, and 2/10 of fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, as sacrifice, as well as the libation, that are usually poured out on each Sabbath as a perpetual holocaust. Then, on the 1st day of the month, you shall offer a holocaust to the Lord, 2 calves from the herd, 1 ram, 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs, and 3/10 of fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, as sacrifice, for each calf, and 2/10 of fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, for each ram, and 1/10 of fine wheat flour with oil, as a sacrifice for each lamb. It is a holocaust of most sweet odor, and also an incense to the Lord. Now these shall be the libations of wine, which are to be poured out for each victim, 1/2 portion of a hin for each calf, 1/3 for a ram, and 1/4 for a lamb. This shall be the holocaust for all the months, as they succeed one another in the turning of the year. Likewise, a he-goat shall be offered to the Lord for sin, with the perpetual holocaust, and its libations. Then, in the first month, the 14th day of the month shall be the Passover of the Lord. And the 15th day shall be a solemnity. For 7 days they shall eat unleavened bread. And the first day of these days shall be venerable and holy, you shall not do any servile work in it. And you shall offer the incense of a holocaust to the Lord, 2 calves from the herd, 1 ram, 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And with each sacrifice from fine wheat flour which has been sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, and 2/10 for each ram. And 1/10 for each lamb, that is, for the 7 lambs. And 1 he-goat for sin, as an expiation for you. Aside from the morning holocaust, which you shall always offer. You shall do this on each day of the 7 days, as fuel for the fire, and as a most sweet odor to the Lord, which shall rise up from the holocaust and from each of the libations. Likewise, the 7th day shall be very honored and holy for you. Any servile work you shall not do in it. And also the day of the first fruits, after the weeks have been fulfilled, when you shall offer new fruits to the Lord, shall be venerable and holy. You shall not do any servile work in it. And you shall offer a holocaust as a most sweet odor to the Lord, 2 calves from the herd, 1 ram, and 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And also, as their sacrifices, fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, 2 for each ram. 1/10 for each lamb, which altogether are 7 lambs, likewise a he-goat, which is slain for expiation, aside from the perpetual holocaust, and its libations. You shall offer only what is immaculate, with their libations. Deuteronomy 28. So then, if you will listen to the voice of the Lord your God, so as to keep and do all of his commandments, which I instruct to you this day, the Lord your God will cause you to be more exalted than all the nations which exist upon the earth. And all these blessings shall come to you and take hold of you, but only if you listen to his precepts. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of your loins, and the fruit of your land, and the fruit of your cattle, the droves of your herds, and the folds of your sheep. Blessed shall be your barns, and blessed your storehouses. Blessed shall you be entering and departing. The Lord will grant that your enemies, who rise up against you, will fall down in your sight. They will come against you by 1 way, and they will flee from your face by 7 ways. The Lord will send forth a blessing upon your cellars, and upon all the works of your hands. And he will bless you in the land that you shall receive. The Lord will raise you up as a holy people for himself, just as he swore to you, if you will keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and walk in his ways. And all the peoples of the earth shall see that the name of the Lord has been invoked over you, and they shall fear you. The Lord will cause you be abundant in every good thing, in the fruit of your womb, and in the fruit of your cattle, and in the fruit of your land, which the Lord swore to your fathers that he would give to you. The Lord will open his excellent treasury, the heavens, so that it may distribute rain in due time. And he will bless all the works of your hands. And you shall lend to many nations, but you yourself will borrow nothing from anyone. And the Lord will appoint you as the head, and not as the tail. And you shall be always above, and not beneath. But only if you will listen to the commandments of the Lord your God, which I entrust to you this day, and will keep and do them. And will not turn aside from them, either to the right, nor to the left, nor follow strange gods, nor worship them. But if you are not willing to listen to the voice of the Lord your God, so as to keep and do all his commandments and ceremonies, which I instruct to you this day, all these curses shall come to you, and take hold of you. Cursed shall you be in the city, cursed in the field. Cursed shall be your barn, and cursed your storehouses. Cursed shall be the fruit of your loins, and the fruit of your land, the herds of your oxen, and the flocks of your sheep. Cursed shall you be entering, and cursed departing. The Lord will send famine and hunger upon you, and a rebuke upon all the works that you do, until he quickly crushes and perishes you, because of your very wicked innovations, by which you have forsaken me. May the Lord join a pestilence to you, until he consumes you from the land, which you shall enter so as to possess. May the Lord strike you with destitution, with fever and cold, with burning and heat, and with polluted air and rot, and may he pursue you until you perish. May the heavens which are above you be of brass, and may the ground upon which you tread be of iron. May the Lord give you dust instead of rain upon your land, and may ashes descend from heaven over you, until you have been wiped away. May the Lord hand you over to fall before your enemies. May you go forth against them by one way, and flee by 7 ways, and may you be scattered across all the kingdoms of the earth. And may your carcass be food for all the flying things of the air, and the wild beasts of the land, and may there be no one to drive them away. May the Lord strike you with the ulcer of Egypt, and may he strike the part of your body, through which the dung goes out, with disease as well as itch, so much so that you are unable to be cured. May the Lord strike you with frenzy and blindness and a madness of the mind. And may you grope at midday, just as a blind man is accustomed to grope in darkness, and may your paths not be straight. And at all times may you suffer slander and be oppressed with violence, and may you have no one who may free you. May you take a wife, though another sleeps with her. May you build a house, but not live within it. May you plant a vineyard, and not gather its vintage. May your ox be immolated before you, though you do not eat from it. May your donkey be seized in your sight, and not restored to you. May your sheep be given to your enemies, and may there be no one who may help you. May your sons and your daughters be handed over to another people, as your eyes watch and languish at the sight of them throughout the day, and may there be no strength in your hand. May a people you do not know eat the fruits of your land and of all your labors. And may you continually suffer from slander and oppression every day. And may you be stupefied at the terror of the things your eyes will see. May the Lord strike you with a very grievous ulcer in the knees and in the legs, and may you be unable to attain health, from the sole of the foot to the top of the head. May the Lord lead you and your king, whom you will have appointed over yourself, into a nation which you and your fathers have not known. And there you will serve foreign gods, of wood and of stone. And you will become nothing but a proverb and a fable to all the peoples to whom the Lord will lead you. You will sow much seed upon the ground, but you will harvest little. For the locusts will devour everything. You will dig and plant a vineyard, but you will not drink the wine, nor gather anything at all from it. For it will be devastated by worms. You will have olive trees in all your borders, but you will not be anointed with the oil. For the olives will fall off and perish. You will conceive sons and daughters, and you will not enjoy them, for they will be led into captivity. Rot will consume all the trees, as well as the fruits of your land. The new arrival who lives with you in the land will ascend over you, and be higher. But you will descend, and be lower. He will lend to you, and you will not lend to him. He will be as the head, and you will be as the tail. And all these curses shall come to you, and shall pursue you, and shall take hold of you, until you pass away, because you would not listen to the voice of the Lord your God, and you would not serve his commandments and ceremonies, which he has instructed to you. And there will be the signs and portents with you, and with your offspring forever. Because you did not serve the Lord your God, with gladness and a joyful heart, over the abundance of all things. You will serve your enemy, whom the Lord will send to you, in hunger and thirst and nakedness, and in destitution of all things. And he will place an iron yoke upon your neck, until he has crushed you. The Lord will lead over you a nation from far away, even from the furthest parts of the earth, like an eagle flying with great force, whose language you are not able to understand. A very insolent nation, which will show no deference to elders, nor take pity on little ones. And he will devour the fruit of your cattle, and the fruits of your land, until you have passed away, without leaving behind you wheat, or wine, or oil, or herds of oxen, or flocks of sheep, until he utterly destroys you. And he will crush you in all your cities. And your strong and lofty walls, in which you trusted, will be destroyed throughout all your land. You will be besieged within your gates throughout all your land, which the Lord your God will give to you. And you will eat the fruit of your womb, and the flesh of your sons and of your daughters, which the Lord your God will give to you, due to the anguish and devastation with which your enemy will oppress you. The man who is pampered and very self-indulgent among you will vie with his own brother, and with the wife who lies at his bosom, lest he give to them from the flesh of his sons, which he will eat. For he has nothing else due to the siege and the destitution, with which your enemies will devastate you within all your gates. The tender and pampered woman, who would not walk upon the soil, nor step firmly with her foot due to her very great softness and tenderness, will vie with her husband, who lies at her bosom, over the flesh of son and of daughter, and over the filth of the afterbirth, which goes forth from between her thighs, and over the children who are born in the same hour. For they will eat them secretly, due to the scarcity of all things during the siege and the devastation, with which your enemy will oppress you within your gates. If you will not keep and do all the words of this law, which have been written in this volume, and fear his glorious and terrible name, that is, the Lord your God, then the Lord will increase your plagues, and the plagues of your offspring, plagues great and long-lasting, infirmities very grievous and continuous. And he will turn back upon you all the afflictions of Egypt, which you fear, and these will cling to you. In addition, the Lord will lead over you all the diseases and plagues that are not written in the volume of this law, until he crushes you. And you will remain few in number, though you were before like the stars of heaven in multitude, because you would not listen to the voice of the Lord your God. And just as before, when the Lord rejoiced over you, doing good for you and multiplying you, so shall he rejoice, scattering and overturning you, so as to take you away from the land, which you shall enter in order to possess. The Lord will disperse you among all the peoples, from the heights of the earth to its furthest limits. And there you will serve foreign gods of wood and of stone, which you and your fathers did not know. Similarly, you will not have tranquility, even within those nations, nor will there be any rest for the steps of your feet. For the Lord will give to you in that place a fearful heart, and failing eyes, and a life consumed with grieving. And your life will be as if it were hanging before you. You will be afraid night and day, and you will not have confidence in your own life. In the morning you will say, "Who will grant evening to me?" And at evening, "Who will grant morning to me?" Because of the dread of your heart, with which you will be terrified, and because of those things that you will see with your eyes. The Lord will lead you back into Egypt with a fleet of ships, along the way, about which he said to you that you would not see it again. In that place, you will be put up for sale as men and women servants to your enemies, but there will be no one willing to buy you. Psalm 111. Alleluia. Of the return of Haggai and Zechariah. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord. He will prefer his commandments exceedingly. His offspring will be powerful on the earth. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Glory and wealth will be in his house, and his justice shall remain from age to age. For the upright, a light has risen up in the darkness. He is merciful and compassionate and just. Pleasing is the man who shows mercy and lends. He will order his words with judgment. For he will not be disturbed in eternity. The just one will be an everlasting memorial. He will not fear a report of disasters. His heart is prepared to hope in the Lord. His heart has been confirmed. He will not be disturbed until he looks down upon his enemies. He has distributed, he has given to the poor. His justice shall remain from age to age. His horn shall be exalted in glory. The sinner will see and become angry. He will gnash his teeth and waste away. The desire of sinners will perish.